James Oliver Pearce, you've assisted Mark Robinson and Rob Toohey previously in the role, and now you're the under-18s head coach. How does that feel?
Yeah, great. It's something that I've obviously been used to dealing with for the last few years. I've been in and around the environment, working with two really good coaches in Rob and Rob, and obviously seeing them around the first team now is great for an academy, but a club perspective in the sense that there's going to be a lot of continuity in the messages and the methods that are being delivered. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to work with the lads as a full-time role. But obviously my job is to make sure that they're developing and getting closer to supporting the first team's progression. So no, I'm really excited.
How important was it for yourself that you gained experience at sort of looking after coaching a younger age level first?
Yeah, I've been really fortunate. The change of role and working with the youth development phase was helpful. I obviously looked after around 50 players, 100 parents, then you get agents starting to come in, the schools and their education, so there was a lot to manage and oversee, which was really good for my own personal development and personal growth. But this is what I'm used to. This is what I'm looking forward to doing. And fortunately, half of this group obviously played for me last season, and the current under-16s have played under myself and some of the other guys for the last 18 months. So yeah, fortunately I know the players really well and I know the department really well, and most importantly I've been here for a long time, so I know the academy and the club to a good level.
Well, exactly. I mean, people have seen your face around for a few years, but they might not know the career and your details. I mean, you're a UEFA A licensed coach. You actually started out, I think, as a former teammate of Ollie Palmer.
Yeah, me and Ollie played together at Woking. I was actually the year above. Ollie's probably a better player than I am.
But of course, one of the men responsible for helping to get their development, to get to the first team, is an old Woking Academy teammate of yours, James Oliver Pearce, who you must know very well.
Yeah, Sammy. I call him Sammy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sammy's a great lad. If you want someone working with young lads, it'd be him. He's a really good, bubbly guy. He wants the best for you. He's just one of them good people in football.
And great to see Ollie around. Ollie's a good guy. Gives everything that he's got in training and in games. So it's good to see him around. But ultimately, my pathway was slightly different, probably because I just wasn't good enough, and he was a lot better than I was.
But as I said, I mean, you've already achieved UEFA A licensed coach standard, yeah?
Yes, I've done my A licence. That was a few years ago now. Qualification obviously it allows you to work with some older players and do more of from a tactical point of view. I'm in the process of just finishing my advanced youth award, which is something that is similar to the A licence in terms of the prestige of the qualification, but it's a fantastic course. It has allowed me to think a little bit more holistically about all of the players' development and progress.
We've seen you, of course, involved in past occasions like with Newcastle, Watford, Huddersfield, Hull. Hopefully we get another great occasion at Plough Lane coming up against Burnley. And it's these kind of occasions where you kind of sacrifice the development for results, but ultimately for yourself it's about developments, isn't it?
Yeah, we won't be sacrificing the development for the result. There are certain expectations around how we perform. I know people would have heard Robbo talking about it a lot, but it's something that we value really highly. The processes that we put in place are important because ultimately we want to perform, we want to win, there's no doubt about that, but the most important part is these players are getting better for the experience and for the performance. So they're not exclusively separated here. They can go hand in hand. So we want to win, but we also expect the boys to perform and deal with the different pressures that the FA Youth Cup brings.
Has it been a relatively easy transition from Rob to yourself? Because the players, particularly the younger players, will know you very well, yeah?
Yeah, me and Rob worked together. We started this season off. Obviously, Rob was the 18s manager and I was leading the under-16s. But when it's come to cup competitions, me and Rob have always worked together, basically. That was the case last season, throughout the whole FA Youth Cup run, build up to Sheffield United. And this season's been no different. In fact, due to COVID and the limitations for the younger players being in, I've probably supported more than I would have previously. So yeah, the transition's been easy. I've known the boys for a long time, so that helps with engaging with them and getting their buy-in to what we're trying to achieve. But not much has changed because we have a way of developing people and players, so that's not much has changed from what Rob would have put in place to what I'm doing.
What do you want to sort of bring to the role yourself though now? And also you've got an assistant in mind, and also do you have to kind of play like the same kind of football that Robbo's playing first team level?
Yeah, there will naturally be similarities. I spent 5 years working with Robbo, so a lot of what I would do is in huge part down to the support and the development he gave me. Robbo's big on not just developing the players as footballers, but players as people, but the same goes for staff. So there won't be many differences in that. Obviously we have to make sure that we are focusing on the individuals, because we're not going to try to produce a team to go into the first team. It's about producing excellent individuals that can go into a first team environment. So we're there won't be a lot of differences in how we perform and play.
What's it say about the players this season? Because it's been an unprecedented season. They've had to overcome so many hurdles. How are they going into this tie?
They've been excellent. Naturally, there'll be anxiety and a bit of nerves creeping in, but that's good. We're trying to make sure that they're aware that to feel pressure is a positive. You're fortunate to have something in your life that gives you a bit of pressure, because it means you've got a purpose. And in the last few weeks, I've been with them about 3, 4, 5 weeks now since the roles have changed, and they've been absolutely brilliant. They're getting better and better, and they're adjusting to the slight differences in methods that I might use in terms of my language or the session design. But ultimately, the bigger picture remains the same.
How much have you been able to focus upon Burnley? How much do you focus upon Burnley going into this time?
Again, we obviously have to respect the opponents, and they're obviously a very good side. They're a Category 1 academy. They've had their games programme consists of playing against Liverpool, Man United, Blackburn, Leeds, etc. So we respect our opponents just like we would with every team, but the focus is on our players developing and understanding if the game brings this is how you're going to deal with it. If the games bring something else, this is how you might adjust. A big part of our development programme is producing self-managing athletes, and part of that is them taking ownership of their development and understanding that the game is going to change for any given reason, and you just need to have the solutions to adjust to it. So that has been what our training programme looks like, giving them solutions to potential problems, them contributing to solutions, which they've been excellent at, and they've had to adjust in games. Not every game that we've had has been plain sailing. They've adjusted in game, and ultimately they've come out better for it.
And around this tie, obviously, it's going to be under the lights at Plough Lane. Unfortunately, the supporters can't get in. It will be screened. There's that romantic kind of link to the FA Cup tie 46 years ago. All sorts of distractions going on. Of course, it's been delayed as well. Does that sort of impact upon the players in any way, or you manage to zone all that out, basically?
Yeah, you deal with the hand that you've been given. Regardless, it's no different for Burnley as it is for us in terms of the delay. We were due to play them last time, and then the lockdown was announced, and all national youth football had to be postponed at that point. We were due to play on the Wednesday. That happened on the Tuesday. So we were looking forward to playing, but that wasn't the case. We played Burnley around 5-6 years ago now, I believe, in the FA Youth Cup with Ryan Sweeney, Dan Adji, Dan Gallagher, Ben Harrison were all part of that crop. So looking forward to the experience, but it is another game and another opportunity for the players to develop and experience something new. None of them would have played at Plough Lane just of yet. Some of them have been there and seen it and experienced it, but they've not played there yet. But ultimately, it's about them just going out, enjoying the moment, enjoying the experience, and putting on a performance that Wimbledon fans, Wimbledon staff all expect.
James, really good to see you in the role, and best of luck against Burnley.
Thank you.